Before we pray, close your eyes for a moment. Breathe slowly. Set aside your worries and let the peace of God reach your heart. This is your sacred moment with Him. Sometimes, the heaviest burden is not what's happening right now, but what might happen next. What if it all goes wrong? What if I fail? What if I lose everything? These questions arrive like arrows, piercing through our peace. Fear of the future doesn't just shake our plans, it unsettles our soul. We imagine problems that haven't happened. We try to control what we haven't seen. And in that swirl of anxiety, we forget the most important truth. God is already in our tomorrow. His voice speaks above the noise of fear and whispers, "Do not be afraid. I am with you." But even more than that, He holds our hand and walks before us. Today, let His promise become your anchor. You are not alone. Nothing coming your way can surprise Him. Nothing you face will be faced without Him. So pause. Breathe again. This isn't about being strong. It's about being surrendered. Let the presence of God meet you here as we begin this prayer together in trust, in honesty, and in expectation that He is near. Lord, even before my feet touch the floor, anxiety tries to claim my heart. My mind starts racing the moment I wake up. What will today bring? Will I be able to handle everything? What if something goes wrong? These questions pile up before I've even said your name, and yet, that's exactly why I'm here. I don't want to begin this day ruled by fear. I want to begin it anchored in you. Before the notifications, before the news, before the noise, I want to hear your voice. Speak peace over my mind. Calm the storm inside of me. Remind me that I don't have to carry the weight of the day alone. Your word points me back to your promise. You are the one who gives strength when I feel weak and hold me up when I start to fall. That's what I need this morning, not more answers, not more control, but more of you. Lord, meet me in these first moments. Let your nearness shape the way I think, speak, and walk today. Let your spirit be louder than my fear. I place this day in your hands and choose to believe that no matter what it holds, you hold me. Lord, there are days when I feel so small, so unprepared, so overwhelmed by what stands in front of me. The responsibilities feel bigger than my ability. The future seems heavier than what I can carry. And deep inside, a quiet fear whispers, "You're not enough." It's in moments like these that I remember you never asked me to be enough. You asked me to trust. Your word brings me back to your heart. You are the one who helps me, strengthens me, lifts me up with your right hand. You are not asking me to figure it all out. You are inviting me to lean on you. So here I am, unsure, and sometimes afraid but willing to be carried. I don't know what waits for me in the days ahead, but I know who goes before me. Help me to stop measuring my strength against my problems. Help me to fix my eyes on your faithfulness, not on my fear. Let me walk forward not with confidence in myself, but with confidence in you, because when I am small in my own eyes, that is where you show your greatness. I am not alone. I am not forgotten. I am not powerless. I am yours. Lord. There are moments when my mind becomes a battlefield, one thought after another, doubts creeping in, fears growing louder, old wounds resurfacing. I try to silence them, but they return with more strength. They tell me I'm not worthy, that nothing will change, that I'm stuck. But I don't want to live ruled by lies. I want to be shaped by your truth. Your word reminds me that you are the one who renews my strength and guards my heart. You are the one who lifts up those who are bowed down. So I run to you. I bring my thoughts into your light. I ask you to rewire my mind with your promises. Replace fear with peace. Replace shame with love. Replace despair with hope. Train my thoughts to follow your voice. I don't want to live trapped in cycles of negativity. I want to think like someone who is loved, someone who is free, someone who knows who they belong to. Lord, protect my mind. Let every thought that rises against your truth be cast down. And as I fix my eyes on you, let your presence be louder than the noise inside me. Let your word be the foundation where I rebuild my thoughts. Lord, sometimes the loudest battle I face doesn't happen around me, but within me. My thoughts spiral so quickly. One moment I'm calm, and the next I'm overwhelmed by doubts, fear, guilt, and pressure. I rehearse worst-case scenarios. I replay old mistakes. I compare myself with others. And the more I try to silence those thoughts, the more they seem to grow. I feel trapped in a war I can't win on my own. But I turn to you now, not as someone who has it all together, but as someone desperate for help. I need you to take over this battlefield in my mind. Your word reminds me that you are the one who gives peace that surpasses all understanding, and that you guard my heart and my thoughts when I trust in Christ. I cling to that promise now. I ask you to break the cycle of fear and negativity. Replace every lie with your truth, every weight with your grace, every torment with your peace. Help me to build my thoughts on what is pure, lovely, true, and worthy of praise. Train me to recognize your voice above the chaos. Teach me to speak life over myself, even when I don't feel strong. I know that with you, healing begins on the inside. So I surrender my mind to you today. Take over, Lord. Lead me in thought, word, and spirit. Let my mind become a sanctuary of your presence. Lord, it's so easy to lose sight of what you're doing in me when I keep looking at everyone else. I see their successes, their progress, their blessings, and I start to wonder what's wrong with me. Why is it taking so long for things to work out in my life? Why do I still feel stuck while others seem to soar? Comparison steals my joy. It blinds me to the quiet miracles you've already done. And worst of all, it makes me question my worth. But I know that isn't from you. Your promise reminds me that I was made in your image, wonderfully and intentionally. You see me, you know my story, and you're not late. You're building something sacred in me, something that doesn't need to match anyone else's timeline. I confess that I've let comparison cloud my trust. I've measured myself by standards you never gave me. But today, I lay that down. I don't want to keep running someone else's race. I want to walk the path you wrote for me. Help me to be faithful in the process, even when I can't see the progress. Remind me that you are not only with me, you are for me. That I am not behind, I am held. That I am not overlooked, I am loved. And in that truth, I will rest and begin again. Lord, I've cried out to you in the quiet. I've whispered prayers in the middle of the night. I've spoken your name in rooms where no one else was listening. And yet, sometimes, even after all my prayers, I still feel alone. It's not that I don't believe you hear my do, but my heart longs to feel you near. I need more than answers. I need your presence. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing something wrong, or if my faith isn't enough. But then I remember, you are the God who stays close to the brokenhearted. You don't disappear in silence. You draw near in ways I don't always recognize. Your word reminds me that you hold my right hand, that you go before me, that you strengthen me when I have no strength of my own. Even when I don't feel you, you're here. Even when my prayers feel empty, you are listening. So I choose to trust not based on emotion, but on who you are. I may not see the outcome yet, but I believe you're working. I may not feel comfort now, but I believe you're holding me. You're not just the God of miracles. You're the God of the middle, the waiting, the wondering, the walking by faith. And that's where I am, still praying, still believing, still choosing you, Lord. If I'm honest, one of the hardest things for me is letting go. I want to have a plan, a backup, a guarantee that things will go the way I hope. I try to control outcomes, protect myself from disappointment, and predict what's ahead. But all of this striving leaves me exhausted. And deep down, I know it's fear, not faith, driving me. Fear of the unknown, fear of pain, fear of losing something I love. But you call me to trust, not to cling. Your word brings me back to your promises. You are with me, you will strengthen me, and you will hold me steady. You are not asking me to figure everything out. You are asking me to trust that you already have. So I lay it down, all my anxious need to control what I cannot change. I surrender the outcomes. I release the pressure. I choose rest instead of resistance, because you, Lord, are God, not me. And where my control ends, your sovereignty begins. Teach me to be okay with not knowing. Teach me to breathe when things feel uncertain. Remind me that even when life feels like it's unraveling, nothing is unraveling in your hands. You are still in control. You are still good. And I am still safe in you. Lord, there are days when I feel like I have no choice but to be strong. For my family, for my responsibilities, for everything I carry. I smile on the outside, but inside I'm tired. I push through, but I'm breaking in quiet places no one sees. I've told myself I can't afford to fall apart. But you see through all of it. You see the tears I hold back. You see the weight I've been carrying. And in your mercy, you remind me I was never meant to do this alone. I don't have to be strong all the time. Your word assures me that you are the one who strengthens the weary and gives power to the faint. It's not weakness to lean on you, it's worship. So here I am, God. I don't want to keep pretending. I want to be honest in your presence. I want to lay down my mask and breathe in grace. Hold me when I can't hold myself together. Teach me that rest is not failure, that surrender is not defeat, that being vulnerable with you is where true strength begins. I release the pressure to be enough and receive the truth that you are more than enough for me. I'm not alone. I'm not abandoned. I am carried by a faithful God who never grows tired. Lord, there are moments when hope feels like a distant memory. I try to hold on, but the weight of delay and disappointment makes my hands weak. I thought things would be different by now. I prayed, I waited, but answers didn't come the way I expected. And somewhere in the waiting, my heart grew tired. Tired of believing, tired of dreaming, tired of trying again. But in this low place, you meet me. You kneel beside me, not to tell me to get over it, but to remind me that hope was never about a timeline or a perfect outcome. Hope is about you, about your faithfulness, even in the dark. Your word reminds me that those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength, that you never grow weary, that you don't forget those who call upon you. So I bring my broken hope back to you, not polished, not perfect, just real. I ask you to breathe life into what feels lifeless, to water the dry places of my soul, to restore the dreams I laid down in fear. I don't need all the answers right now. I just need to know you're still with me. And that's what I choose, to believe that you are here, that you are working, and that hope, true, holy, unshakable hope, is still alive in you. Lord, there are days when I hear about your love, but I'm not sure it applies to me. I know you're good, but part of me wonders if I've fallen through the cracks. Maybe I've failed too many times. Maybe I'm not spiritual enough. Maybe I'm not worth the kind of attention and care I see you giving to others. I struggle to believe you're really for me, not just in theory, not just for the strong or the perfect, but for me, here, in my weakness. Yet in this wrestling, your mercy meets me. You remind me that your grace isn't earned. It's not performance-based. It flows from who you are. You didn't choose me because I had it all together. You chose me in my brokenness. You called me loved when I still felt unlovable. You stayed when others walked away. And your word whispers again today that nothing can separate me from your love, not fear, not failure, not even my doubts. You are the God who fights for me, even when I'm too weary to lift my head. You are the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one, me. And even when I can't feel it, you are working all things for my good. I may not fully grasp it yet, but I choose to believe that you are not against me. You are for me. You've always been, Lord. I felt it for a while now, that quiet distance between my heart and yours. I don't know exactly when it started. Maybe it was the distractions I allowed. Maybe it was the disappointments I never brought to you. Or maybe it was the shame I carried, convinced that you had grown tired of me. Whatever it was, here I am, aching for what we once had. I miss your presence. I miss the clarity you brought to my confusion, the peace that calmed my racing thoughts. I know you never left, but I did. I let life get loud. I let my heart grow cold. I stopped listening. And yet, even now, I feel your pull, gentle but persistent, calling me home. Your word reminds me that you are near to the broken-hearted, that you run to the one who returns, that grace is not just for the first time, but for every time. So I'm coming back, not with lofty words or perfect prayers, but with a heart that longs to be whole again. I surrender the guilt that kept me silent. I lay down the pride that kept me hiding. I choose you over distance, love over fear. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for waiting. Heal what the silence wounded. Revive what the distance dulled. Let this be the moment I return to you, fully, not out of duty, but because I finally remember that in your presence, I am home. Lord, you know how hard it is for me to wait. I like to plan, to move, to make things happen. I feel anxious when things don't unfold the way I expect, or within the time I had hoped. I've prayed for answers, for breakthrough, for open doors, but some prayers are still waiting, still unanswered, still held in silence, and in that silence, my heart has wrestled with frustration. I've questioned if you heard me. I've wondered if I was forgotten. But you remind me through your word that your ways are higher than mine, that your thoughts go beyond what I can understand. You are not slow, you are intentional. You are never late, you are perfect. I see the moment, but you see the whole picture. I want to trust that, even when I don't understand it. So today, I make a choice to surrender my timeline. I give you the calendar I've clung to. I release the expectations I've built. Teach me to rest in the waiting, to believe that delays are not denials, and that silence does not mean absence. Let my heart be anchored in the truth that what you have for me will come not a moment too soon, not a second too late. While I wait, build in me what time cannot give: patience, faith, surrender. Let this season grow roots in me that will hold strong when the answers do come. I trust you, Lord, not just with my prayers, but with the timing of their fulfillment. Lord, for so long I thought peace was something I could create, something that came when everything around me finally made sense. I believed I would feel safe once the problems were solved, once the answers came, once life looked the way I wanted. But even when some things got better, my heart still felt unsettled, because peace was never about the outside. It was always about what's happening within. And now I see it clearly. I don't need perfect circumstances to have peace. I need you. You are peace, not just the giver of it, but the very source. Your word says you are near to those who call upon you in truth, and in your presence, peace flows. It doesn't come from understanding everything. It comes from trusting that you are in control, even when I'm not. Lord, I bring you my racing thoughts, my striving, my anxious heart. I stop trying to fix everything around me. I surrender and I rest. Not because life is easy, but because you are faithful. Not because storms have stopped, but because you are in the boat with me. You calm my soul before you calm the sea. And that is enough. Let me carry that truth into every moment. Let peace rise, not from what I see, but from who you are to me. My anchor, my refuge, my perfect peace. Lord, sometimes I look at my life and wonder if the best parts have already passed. I see the broken chapters, the missed opportunities, the prayers that seem to fade without answers. And I hear that quiet voice inside whispering, "It's too late, nothing will change." But I know that voice doesn't come from you, because you are the author of my story, and you never put down the pen. Even when I made wrong turns, even when I stopped believing, even when I wanted to give up, you didn't. You kept writing, you kept pursuing. Your word reminds me that you complete every good work you begin, that nothing is wasted in your hands. You turn ashes into beauty, loss into purpose, silence into songs. So I lift my eyes today, not to the past that hurt me, but to the future you are still preparing. I may not see how the pieces will fit together, but I trust the one holding them. You haven't finished with me. This chapter is not the conclusion. It's a place of healing, of rebuilding, of preparing. I choose to believe again, not in perfect outcomes, but in a faithful God, not in my own strength, but in your grace. Lord, take what's left and breathe life into it. Write new pages, restore what I thought was over. My story is still unfolding because you are still writing. Lord, everything around me shifts so quickly. People change, plans fail, emotions rise and fall. Some days I feel steady, and on others, I'm swept by waves I didn't see coming. But in the middle of it all, one thing has never changed: your love. It has been the quiet anchor beneath the storms, the steady presence when everything else felt uncertain. I may have doubted it, I may have forgotten it, but it never left, it never weakened. Your love doesn't depend on how good I've been or how strong I've acted. It holds firm in my failures. It surrounds me when I fall. And your word reminds me that nothing, no fear, no mistake, no circumstance can separate me from it. Today I rest in that love. I let it calm what still trembles in me. I let it heal the places that grew cold in the waiting. You're not just with me. For me, you call me by name. You rejoice over me with singing. You are not disappointed in who I'm becoming. You see the full picture, and still, you choose me. So I anchor myself again in what will never change. Not my performance, not the approval of others, but this: I am loved by God, deeply, eternally. And that love will carry me through whatever comes. If this prayer spoke to your heart and reminded you of God's love, write in the comments, Amen. Don't keep this moment to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who also needs to feel God's presence, and subscribe to the channel to receive the next prayers. You can be the answer to someone's prayer today. Leave your prayer request in the comments. It will be an honor to pray for you. And if you've never made this prayer before, you can do it now. Lord, may I live the next days saved by grace. If anyone looks at me, may they see a reflection of your love. Today I pray, Jesus, I receive you in my heart. I choose you and surrender my life to you. Write my name in your book of life. I am yours forever.